Okay, y'all, let's do some critical thinking, man. It's time to do some critical thinking. Come on, as adults. I need y'all in y'all's adult minds to do some critical thinking with me real quick, all right? Let's check this out. Let's be realistic. So, according to your beliefs, this is more proof and evidence that your God, your Jesus, and your Bible is not real. It's man-made and man-written and made up. So, in Genesis, in the beginning, just the fact it says in the beginning is proof that that's a story. So, you believe, allegedly, that the first human being was made from dust, and some spirit creature in the sky blew dust in the nostrils, and they created Adam. And then, unknowingly, not realizing that he would need a woman, came to that conclusion one day and took his rib and made Eve. So we have two human beings that didn't go through ovaries, eggs, placentas, wasn't attached to no umbilical cords, none of that, right? They were both created from dust and ribs and a whole lot of imaginary stuff that maybe you would tell a child, something similar to the stork flying with babies. However, and that's what you as an adult, as a sound mind adult, a logical thinking adult, believes is how human beings started, okay? Well, what's troubling for me to understand is he claimed he made the animals first. So even before that, he made the heavens and all of that, and he said he made, on the fourth day, he made the sun. That's crazy because how could 4 days have passed if there was no sun? Anyway, not even the point. So if he already made the animals, did he make them out of dust too? And wouldn't he had already had the concept that you need a male and a female species to recreate? So, or are you insinuating that he made all male animals? So the animals, we don't know if they were made from dust, and they couldn't have females because he would have known that once he created a human, that they would also need a female. Also, why is there no women in the story nowhere? Nowhere in heaven are women. God don't have a woman. Jesus don't have a mama. There's no female angels. Nothing feminine in the whole story. No women exist in this whole story until Eve came across, allegedly. But however, an all-knowing God should have already known this. How did he have to go through trial and error to figure this out? That don't even make sense. So, your God stumbled across mankind and all of this. Even their first kids was Cain and Abel. Just no women's allowed in this story. So, you want me to believe an intelligent, sound-minded adult who uses critical thinking that story could remotely be true. And nowhere in the Bible is it mentioned dinosaurs. Now, we know for a fact that dinosaurs went extinct millions of years before man walked the earth. They never walked the earth together. Millions, you understand that? Plus the dinosaurs roamed the earth for millions of years before their extinction through different periods of different species of dinosaur. They wasn't all just running around like the Get Along gang. Different dinosaurs had different eras on the planet. However, over 1 million years of their existence. Then 1 million years in between before the first human ever walked the earth. However, you believe they came from dirt and nobody was born. Everybody was just created out of clay and dirt. So that doesn't make sense to me. Wouldn't he know that? Why wouldn't he have made man and woman at the same time? It's only common sense that you would need both Why would you only make a woman? Why would you only make a man and then tell him to name all the animals that was already there? And then when he's sad and depressed because ain't no women around, you decide then, oh, let me make him a woman. That just doesn't add up. And you want me to believe that that's what mankind stems from. See, what we have here is a clear example that God didn't create man, man created God. There's no such thing of anything like that. And we can tell by this story that it was written and illustrated and edited and published by a human, an ignorant human being, because none of the concepts make sense. And what y'all like to do, believers, is make excuses for the concepts that don't make sense, because that's a part of brainwashing. Instead of using common sense and critical thinking and realizing as a sound-minded adult, this is a storybook that was written by an ignorant human. That's why that book doesn't speak of DNA, biology. Nowhere in that book does it talk about chemistry, herbs, proteins that humans need, vitamins, the power of the sunlight to make things grow. Nothing that is scientifically proven to be logic and common sense does this book illustrate. You understand? So even your Jesus character had to pass through a womb. Why he didn't make Jesus out of dirt and dust and blow in his nostrils? You get what I'm saying? Come on, people, wake up, man. That's all I got for now. I'm just saying, use your brain. Stop believing and worshiping in something that you know. A very wise philosopher said religion was only invented to keep poor people from attacking rich people. Keep that in mind. So get in the comments. Tell me what you think, man. This is critical thinking. I know, oh man, I can hear the Christians now and the Muslims. They got all these excuses. They're going to come with all of this. It's so funny reading the comments of how y'all get these excuses. And the most funniest comments that I usually get is when y'all say, I'm crazy for questioning the logic and the contradictions of your book. No, my friend. So now I'm going to start addressing attention, all mental ill people. I have another theory. I have another conclusion. I have another fact. So your guys running around making people out of dust and shit, not understanding what it takes to make those. Scientifically, that's impossible. That's all I got. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Gone.